back to the homestead, everyone. Today, I'm headed over to see Jeff at Bobblehead Homestead. And from what I hear, Drew from Drew's Lens is going to be there also. So let's head over and see what's going on. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like Drew's here operating his backhoe. Definitely check out his channel, Drew's Lens. I made it to Bobblehead Homestead. We got Jeff right here. This is his place. He's gonna be raising a lot of chickens here.
Yep, maybe some ducks and geese, and who knows, I can get into all kinds of trouble out here.
Lots of room to grow and expand, huh?
Almost 7 acres, and there was nothing here, so I gotta make it into what I wanna make it into.
Cool, a clean slate.
Yep.
Awesome. And we got Drew from Drew's Lens over on the John Deere 310C backhoe. He's going to town creating a pad site and an RV parking spot for Jeff over here. And somewhere back here we got Lindsay from Into the Mist. Hey Jeff, how about giving us a tour and showing us your new homestead here?
Absolutely, I love picking people's brains about what I'm doing.
Cool.
Because I can be a little crazy sometimes.
Make sure you leave comments as to what he should do with this place.
Yeah. All right, well, behind us there's a driveway, and we had that put in. This is basically raw land. So I started from nothing. There were the power lines coming through here. And a fiber optic line, which, yeah, gotta have that nice internet.
Fiber's gonna be nice for uploading videos.
Yep. And so the driveway goes straight through here, and I'll be putting up my shed to house. I already have a 12 by 40 shed that I converted into a house, what was that, almost 4 years ago. So 12 by 40 shed's gonna go in there. We're all ready for it. And now what Drew's working on today is a storage shed. Small house, I need storage. So he's building a pad for a storage shed. And that is the plan over there.
Can we go back, take a look at where your shed to house is gonna go?
Yeah. So all of this was wooded, you know, as you can see behind it. And I had a crew come in by hand, and we got a bunch of it. And that was before Drew knew he was getting a backhoe.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Drew came in afterwards and dug up all the stumps, you know, and got it leveled out. We stole some dirt from out front, so we got a level pad here. And I put down a landscape fabric, and then I brought in this smaller rock. And so this is what we're doing.
This is very similar to what I put down on my driveway.
Yep. It helps. I mean, it's not the best thing since sliced bread, but it helps when you're establishing a driveway for water runoff.
Right.
And but it won't let it pool. It's porous enough that instead of, you know, having puddles, it'll let some of it through, but most of it will run off, and that helps your driveway last a lot longer. Right. Yep. And same, you know, principle for a house side also.
Definitely.
So, you know, so that's all cool. So yeah, house is gonna go in here.
That's gonna be a nice size house.
Yeah, 12 by 40. I do want to add an addition onto it. But yeah, first things first.
Right, right.
Laundry room and a utility room. Because right now I got a little RV water heater. Right. I want a full-size water heater. I like long, hot showers in the middle of the winter. And yeah, this is all gonna be great.
And you said Drew's working on a pad site for a shed and an RV parking spot, right?
Yeah, the shed is most important. That's coming first. But I'm also thinking ahead of water and electric hookup for, you know, if somebody wants to come visit me or whatever. I have friends from high school that have RVs.
Right.
And yeah, it'll just be a nice place for folks to come and hang out with me for a little bit. And yeah, you never know. And then between those power lines and the road, I want to turn that into a food forest. So a lot of perennials,
Right.
mulberries. I'm doing what's called hugelkultur. We dug a bunch of dirt to steel it to build the house pad.
Right.
So that left a big pit.
Oh,
well,
awesome.
we're filling that pit with wood. And so that'll rot and absorb water, and over time that'll build up into a very rich soil. So I want to build berries on, or plant berries on top of that. So this tree, my water, that little blue thing over there, I don't know if you can see it, but so I'll be
Right
running,
there.
yeah, I'll be running water all the way along here to the house. So this tree had to come down. And it's a pine, you know, somebody might want to put it into wood, but I don't, it's only one tree. So this is an example of what I'm doing with the hugelkultur. Is I'm just going to cut this up, and then we're going to start putting it into the trenches. And
So these trenches over here.
yep, yep. And we started putting some smaller stuff in there, but you can see there's a lot of space that I can pile wood in.
Right.
And what that'll do is it'll absorb water during the dry season, so it's always going to have some moisture down there, which would help the berries on top of it grow. And it'll take a few years, but that, you know, the smaller stuff, that's going to break down, and that's going to become, you know, nice rich soil and plant food for whatever I grow on top of it. So we'll bury all this stuff, and then we'll put another layer of topsoil, and then plant a bunch of berries. And yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
I'm looking to have a nice big garden, and part of it's going to have berries and raspberries, blueberries, all that type of stuff also, that you can just go out and eat right off the plant.
yep, yep. And if I get enough of them, maybe I'll do a pick your own berry business out here.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And then there's a bunch of debris in there, but like on that side, I want to do like mulberry trees, fig trees, pawpaw trees. There's all kinds of you know, food trees
Right.
that'll grow in this area, and I just want to try them out down there. And then, you know, I'll have little patches of sunflowers, which is good chicken feed. You know, I can put a little tomato patch here, or peppers, and just, yeah, I want to turn this mostly into food production, and some flowers too, because they help with the food.
Speaking of chickens, that's your main line of business, right?
Yep.
Chickens, not raspberry plants and stuff.
Yep.
Where's the chickens gonna go?
Everywhere. Now, when I first bring them over, I'm putting them out here. This was all bulldozed. It's bare earth. So I'll be, when I first move them over, I'll have 5 flocks out here, and they will be cleaning up everything, getting it down to bare earth, and they'll be leaving fertilizer behind.
Right.
And they'll be here over the winter, so there's not much shade out here, so I won't have to worry about that. And then, so they'll be out here all winter. While they're out here, I'm gonna be clearing some paddocks for them in the back of my property in the woods, where in the summer they'll have plenty of shade. So, and I might rotate them back and forth, and then in the winter they come and clean it up and fertilize, and then they go back in the shade of the forest during the summer. But yeah.
How many chickens are in your flocks, roughly?
I've got more than 140 right now, and I downsized because I'm getting ready to move. But I plan on having 10 flocks. I already have 10 of the hoop coops, so I'm already set up for 10 flocks with up to 30 or more in each one. So
cool.
And I can always build more chicken coops here.
You got the room now.
Yep. So I plan on getting up to a good 300 chickens.
That's nice. That's real nice. So when you raise your chickens, you just raise them like free range almost, but inside fences. They're not like in a barn and cages, stuff like that.
Right, right. They've got a hoop coop. You can see some of those back there. We might have to walk over there. But yeah, I've got a hoop coop. I put it's like 164 feet electric fence around them, so they've got a nice area. And the thing about that fencing and those coops is I can move them around.
Right.
So I can put them out here in the winter, and then I can move that relatively easily and put them back there. So, you know, that helps. They're not free range where they can go anywhere they want to, but they're still getting fresh fresh ground when I can move
And they're
them.
not caged all day long.
Right. They've got a nice big area, because that 164, it'd go all the way around these hugelkultur beds here. That gives them a nice big area.
When do you plan on actually living here and having chickens here and being here full time?
As soon as I can. It's hard to predict, you know. Like I've only been up here twice in the last month, and I could not have predicted that. So we'll just, as soon as I can, it should be this fall. Maybe by the end of the month, I don't know. Should be by Thanksgiving, but I've guessed before and I've been wrong, so as soon as I can.
Well, Jeff, it looks like you have a great place here, and I look forward to seeing your videos on how you get this place developed and moving on to it and creating your homestead. So I'm super happy for you and to see your videos coming out soon.
Thank you. Yeah, it's exciting. I love watching other people get raw land and see, you know, what their dreams are and how they make it their own, and now I get to do it for myself. I might be a little slower than other people, but we're getting there, and we're having fun doing it.
Yeah, that's the important thing. Have fun while you're doing it. So.
I need to get up to Alaska and see your place.
Yeah, I look forward to having you come up sometime. So
yeah,
definitely.
Coming to Alaska is going to be on my bucket list. So I've always wanted to go up to Alaska.
Well, you got to kick that bucket and get it scratched off the bucket list. Then
this one's first, and then we'll road trip it up there.
Okay. Well, thanks for showing me around, Jeff.
Absolutely.